What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about 10 fragrances that I would suggest maybe looking into grabbing during your holiday shopping, whether it's a gift for someone else, if you're looking to add to your collection. We've got some affordable stuff, we've got some niche stuff, we got some newer stuff, we got some designer stuff, we got some stuff. So we're going to dive into these 10 and there's links below if you're interested. So stay tuned. Now, before we dive into these 10, this video is brought to you today by the good folks at FragranceBuy. They are running a Black Friday sale. I'll have all the details that we're about to speak about down in the video description box if you want to check it out. But let's see what they're running this year. So sale starts November 29th as this video goes live at 9 o'clock a.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, and ends on Sunday, December 1st at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. So the discounts they're running for everyone and Eau Fresh reward level is buy one, get one 24% off with code BF24, free shipping over $99 USD with code BF99, which is stackable. Loyalty members beyond Eau Fresh will get a buy one, get one up to 26% off with a code that'll be emailed to them, and there's free niche samples for the first 1,000 sample bags, one per customer on orders over $99. Added to qualified carts automatically at checkout. They got heavily reduced door crashers and hot restocks as per usual. So after this video I'll be jumping on to hopefully some of the cool door crashers are not gone, but I always buy from their sales as well. I'm going to be making a purchase here after I finish recording this video and editing and all that good stuff. So let's get into the 10 that maybe you want to look into during this sale. One of the best affordable new releases this year I think is Afnan's Supremacy Collector's Edition. So this is in the vein of a Creed Absolu Aventus, but it is not the same. I saw someone the other day, by all means comment down below and get your credit. I don't remember who said it, but it reminds him of Absolu Aventus. Well, he said Aventus mixed with YSL Myself. I think if you take the spice away from Absolu Aventus and you add YSL Myself, makes sense because that's centered around orange blossom. This is white blossoms and white floral. So that actually makes a lot of sense. You get a nice fruity tone here, a little bit of citrus, there's some woods, hint of spice, green, and earthiness, but there's the white floral core at the center of this fragrance. It's a rich smell, it's a very masculine smell, and it performs really well. And it's already super affordable even at launch, and the bottle looks really cool. It performs really well. I don't know what else you could want. It's Afnan Supremacy Collector's Edition. Speaking of fragrances that kind of smell like Aventus, this kind of smells like Speaking of fragrances that kind of smell like Aventus, this kind of smells like Aventus cologne. And I liked it the first time I smelled it. It went through a decant, ended up having to have a bottle. Eros Energy, one of the new designer releases this year. This is one that's highly addictive, super enjoyable, and mass appealing. It's candied lemon. It's tart, fruity black currant. There's woods, a little bit of greens. Has a hint of that Eros DNA according to others, but I don't really get Eros out of this. I don't really get much of the greens, aromatics, apple, and vanilla. They have that vanilla sweetness here. But it overall is just a damn good fragrance. It's a denser citrus fragrance. Pretty good performance. It's already at the discounters. That's why we're talking about it here today. You can find it from FragranceBuy. Well below retail. I would suggest maybe look into it if you tried it at Macy's or Dillard's or something and you know that you like it and don't want to pay retail. I think this would be a perfect opportunity. This is definitely one that smells good the first time you spray it, but the more you spray it, the even better it gets. At least that's been my personal experience with Versace Eros Energy. One of the most relaxing, chill vibe, affordable niche fragrances you can get. They've been keeping a pretty good stock of it lately. It's Mancera's French Riviera. I've been an advocate for this fragrance. It's right around $100. I believe $100 and some change USD from FragranceBuy. And this one is a clean, watery, fresh citrus, creamy, soft white florals, a little bit powdery. It has a little bit of this beachy sunscreen vibe. Doesn't really smell a whole lot like suntan lotion, but there's a little bit of that here. It's got the tiare flower that gives it the, the big floppy white flower kind of smell to this one. It's so clean. This is such a coastal, laid-back day type of fragrance in the summer. I'm just such an advocate for this one. I love this fragrance. This is one of my favorites from Mancera. It's not the most unique fresh fragrance on the planet. It doesn't smell like a bunch of other things. But again, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's more about the vibe more so than anything else. It just puts you in a great chill mood. And it's Mancera's French Riviera. Another great affordable release from this year. Smells like Nichane Hachivat more than anything else. It is kind of an oak moss bomb. You get the pineapple and the apple and all the fruitiness and everything. And cedar and oak moss kind of dominate this fragrance. It is Versace's Hawas Black. Smells nothing like the other two Hawas flankers, but this is a nuclear performer. This stuff is a monster. It's super affordable already. Very masculine. It's not as chemically synthetic smelling as the other two versions. This actually smells like they use some better quality oils here. It's a beautiful fragrance. If you've ever liked Nichané's Hachivat, you'll like this. The citrus kind of reminds me a little bit of the top note of Club de Nuit Intense Man. Obviously much better quality than that, but overall I would lean towards it's more like Hachivat than anything else because it's such an oak moss bomb. This is a true masculine woody green Chypre. Just such a really good fragrance, especially if you're looking for great performance and strong masculine tone to your fragrance. Check out Rasasi's Hawas Black. Like a syrupy, honeyed caramel type of sweetness, some fruitiness, a bit of woods, vanilla. It's Scandal Absolu from Jean Paul Gaultier. I think it's the best of the three. Yes, I like the Le Parfum too, but this is far superior. And notice I have a misprint on my bottle. That's where it's supposed to be printed. They printed it on the other side. It's kind of funny. So the label's on the back side of the bottle. Not that it matters. I just always thought that was kind of funny. I got an error bottle, a misprint. This is so good. For you sweet fragrance lovers, this is actually pretty smooth. When you smell the previous two versions, those are more scratchy and rough and synthetic overall, whereas while this isn't the most natural smelling fragrance, it is smoother. Higher oil concentration, they richened and thickened things up. Again, that caramel note almost gives this caramel syrup honeyed-like type of feel to this fragrance. A nice woody tone kind of reels it back from being a feminine smelling sweet fragrance. This is absolutely stunning. For those of you that like sweet men's designers, I think this is one of the best to come out this year. Actually, it's one of my favorite 10 designers to be released this year. It's worth checking out. Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal Absolu. I recently picked this bottle up from FragranceBuy myself. I used to have 8 ml decant. I waited way too long to get this bottle. I've, kind of fallen back in love with it. Parfums de Marley Herod. Still to this day, one of the better kind of modern classic tobacco fragrances. It's resinous, it's smoky, it's sweet. There's spices and woods here. It's nice and earthy. It's really easy to like this one. Like really, really easy to like this one. This is a tobacco you could rock daily in the fall and winter. Casual, dressed up, it doesn't matter. Hell, this Pink Kill Crew hoodie. This will work. If I wasn't heading to the gym, I'd probably wear it, but I'm not going to wear this to the gym. I'm not the type that wears stuff like this to the gym. But casually, randomly throughout the day, business professionals that are in a setting where it's cool for you to wear slightly stronger fragrances, you don't have to worry about HR, or just out and about doing whatever in the evenings. This will work in the cooler weather and work really well. And you'll hear things about, oh, it's watered down, reformulated, blah, 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 blah. I think it's more nose fatigue than anything else. I'm not saying they haven't changed some oils over the years that have made it a little different, but still pretty strong for me. And that's Parfums de Marley Herod. Another new release from Afnan that's got a lot of buzz, a lot of people oversimplifying the profile, a lot of people nitpicking it apart, a lot of people loving it. It's kind of all over the board, so you know it's hyped, is basically what that means. It is Afnan's 9 p.m. Rebel. So let's get it out the way. Yes, the opening smells like Lattafa's Quai d'Alfresson, the way that juicy pineapple is. It does not have the saffron spice of Quai d'Alfresson, but it does have the woody nuance. There's other sweet notes to this. There's some slightly earthy oak moss. There's a multitude of elements here. I think it's kind of a hosh-posh Frankenstein kind of fragrance, just like 9 a.m. Dive is to blues. I think this is similar, where it's got nuance to remind you of a bunch of different fragrances. Even a little bit of that ultra male DNA from regular 9 p.m.'s even in here. I think it's a lovely fragrance. It's totally worth checking out. Great performer. Even though it's on the sweeter side of things, this is one I think you could even wear in the summertime. You could, if you like sweet fragrances, you could probably pull this one off anytime. It'll get you some compliments. It performs really well. It's a smooth smelling fragrance. It's not sharp and scratchy and cheap chemical smell. It's pretty good stuff. It's definitely one of the better affordable releases of the year. It's Afnan 9 p.m. Rebel. Sweet, powdered, and leathered. You don't hear a lot of people talking about this 2024 release, which is mind-blowing to me because I think it's amazing. If you like any of the main fragrances of this line, I don't know how you wouldn't like Guerlain L'Homme Idéal Parfum. This is so rich and good. Leathery, sweet. The amaretto gives it the sweetness here without making a real boozy smell. And it's nice and powdered. Of course, that almond DNA is still ever so present. It smells like a leathery, which balances the sweetness. Now I'm talking the EDT. Similar to the EDT, but they balance some of the sweetness out with an added leather accord that you find in some of the other flankers, like the L'Intense, for example. And it's a little bit more powdered with the sweetness. I think it is some of the best work they've done in this line. I think it's top 3, right up there with the L'Intense and the Extreme, even right above the EDP, the probably most popular one, the cherry one. I think this is actually a little bit better than that. It is so good. This is absolutely worth trying. If you're a fan of this particular DNA and line, you owe it to yourself to try this one. It is a little on the pricey side. It's in that 120 range. I paid 125. I think it's still like 123 or something like that, 124. I think it's well worth it. Obviously, that's up to you, but you might want to check it out if you like this DNA. It's Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Parfum. A great clone. We're talking LV's Pacific Chill. It doesn't lock down the quality, but the profile is eerily similar. Citron, fruity apricot, that tropical, beachy, fruity smell is Luciano's Coastal Breeze. This is definitely one of the better clones to come out in a while. I think it's damn good. This is totally worth the 35, 40 bucks that it cost. It's so mega fresh. You can rock this one to the gym. You can rock this one to work. It's great beach and poolside. Just anytime you want fresh, beachy vibes, this will get you there. Average performance, nothing special here. 5-6 hour fragrance. Not on the weak side, but not on the strong side either. It smells so good, though. It really does. It's not over the top cheap smelling. When you compare it to actual Pacific Chill, it smells like the cheaper version, but just sniffing it, judging it as an individual, it's a damn good fragrance. That's why we're talking about it. Maybe look into this one if you're building a cart. From FragranceBuy, Luciano's Coastal Breeze. Last but not least, it excites me that this got so cheap. I bought it directly from Ferragamo at the beginning of the year because I wanted it so badly. And you can get 50 mLs for like 40 bucks now, I think is what I saw it for on FragranceBuy the other day. It's Ferragamo's Red Leather. So I know a lot of people are fans of spicy leather. A lot of people are fans of bright leather. This kind of highlights the entire line. You get a little bit of earthiness from the Intense. Of course, you have that violet leaf DNA of the original. You do have some of the spices of spicy leather. You do have some of the brightness of bright leather, that blonde leather accord. And then on top of that, you add some iris into the mix, is what it introduces new from any of the other flankers. And it's kind of like a hybrid of the entire line plus iris, which in my opinion makes it the best one. I think it is. It's a personal preference kind of thing. You may not feel that, and it's the best looking bottle. I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. That smoked colored glass with the red and the silver. This is so good. It's a slightly creamy, powdery iris. It's not the waxy makeup type. Again, you get the spices, you get the blonde leather, you get the violet leaf DNA, you get a little bit of earthiness. You get all of the fragrances in one. Plus a creamy, powdery iris. And it's a really good performer. Not a beast, above average kind of stuff, though. 7-8 hour type of fragrance. Pretty well pronounced for about an hour and a half or 2 hours before it calms down. This is good stuff. Super bang for your buck for the money. Again, it's Ferragamo's Red Leather. Well, that's the 10. I hope if you're going to check out FragranceBuy's Black Friday sale, which I'm literally about to do after I stop recording this video, before I even edit, I think I'm going to go do my shopping so I can catch some of those door crashers. I sure appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. And happy holiday shopping. You have a good one.